Welcome to I Heart Umami Paleo Cooking channel. My name is Chiyu Smith. This week's recipe is inspired by Vietnamese egg crepe that's wrapped in juicy meat and savory shrimp with tons of fresh herbs. It's absolutely insanely delicious. It's savory, it's citrusy, and it's a little bit spicy. And of course, I'm going to show you how to make it paleo style. Oh, and before I forget to mention it, if you liked my video, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. I'll be sharing new Asian-inspired paleo recipes here every single Thursday. So, without further ado, let's make some delicious food. So step one, let's quickly season our ground turkey. This is a very quick dish and also perfect for meal prep, and I'm going to show you why. So I have about 3/4 pound of ground turkey here. You can also use ground pork or ground chicken. I'm just going to lightly season it very quickly, so when we stir fry them together, they will be more tasty. So I have about 3 to 4 small garlic cloves here. I minced them really fine. I'm just going to dash a little bit of ginger powder. You can also use fresh ginger if you want. And about another ½ teaspoon of white pepper. We are not going to use the salt because this is a dish inspired by Vietnamese, and in Vietnamese cooking, they use a lot of fish sauce as well, quite similar to Thai. And so I'm going to use about ½ tablespoon of fish sauce and about 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos. Coconut aminos is aged coconut sap. I talk about them all the time. You can get them from Amazon, or I can get them from Whole Foods as well. And then we're going to add about 1 tablespoon. And then since this is ground turkey breast, it's very lean. Before I mix everything together, I want to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to just help us bind everything together. So about 1 to 1.5 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons if you want. And I'm just going to bind them together. You can also use your hand. So now I have lightly seasoned the meat. I'm going to cover them and put them back to the fridge, and then we can move on to the next step. So I have a very hot pan here. I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I have previously thin sliced 1 large shallot because I'm going to pan fry the shallot to create some crispy texture. Okay. And you want to keep stirring and scooping the shallots until they turn golden brown. And just be careful not to burn them, okay? And I'm going to season with a little bit of salt. So when they're ready, they're just gonna taste like crispy, crunchy shallots in the mouthfeel. It's gonna taste really good. Ooh, you can see it's getting really smoky here. And you probably can see from my side camera, they are turning golden brown. And that's the time we're gonna just start taking them out. Oops. Set them aside, let them cool down a little bit, and then get crispy. The remainder oil in the pan, we're gonna use that to fry our ground turkey because the oil will be fragrant right now with shallots. So you can see from my side camera here, crispy shallots. We're just gonna set it aside and use that as a topping later on. All right, so now I turn on the heat again. Let's brown our turkey. Ooh, 好死狗的音响. And just use a wooden spoon to break them up into smaller pieces until they are completely cooked through, okay? Now you can see I have finished browning the meat, and then try to break them into smaller pieces. And we're going to add a few more aromatic ingredients to make it more tasty. So I have previously chopped about 2 stalks of scallions here. So this is just the white part of it. And I am going to add previously sliced shiitake mushroom. This is a fresh shiitake mushroom. It's about 5 ounces. And you can also use any other mushrooms that you prefer. It just adds more umami flavor. And depends on the type of meat you use. I use turkey breast today, so it's very lean. But if you use, say, maybe ground chicken or ground pork that mixed with some thigh meat from the chicken or some fat from the pork, you will have more oil content inside. But if I use, for example, I use turkey breast today, so it just seems really dry in a sauté pan. You can add a little bit more oil if you want, or a little bit more, maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of chicken stock or veggie stock, or just some plain water. And once the mushroom turns soft, and of course the meat is cooked through, I will give it a little taste test to see if you like to add a little bit more salt. Delicious. I'm going to add a little bit more salt. So once everything's done, taste it and see if you want to add more salt. I added a little bit more salt to my personal preference. And I'm just going to set them aside, let the meat cool down a little bit. We have browned the meat and set aside, and it's very, very tasty already. I'm greedy, I want to add more shrimps. So I have about probably a quarter pound of really big shrimp here. They are cleaned, peeled, and deveined already. And you can we're just gonna pan fry them in some coconut oil until they turn pink. And if you want, you can season with a little bit salt. And the reason I use quarter pound only instead of like half pound. Oh, by the way, on the recipe, I put half pound. If you want to download recipe, I will put the link right here and then also down below, okay? It's because in my household, I'm allergic to shrimp, so I can't really eat shrimp. So it won't make sense for me to buy a lot of shrimp because that means only my husband will eat it. So I only cook just the right amount for one person. Simple. Just stir fry them until they turn pink. So now I have pan fried the shrimp. It couldn't be easier, right? Until they are completely turning pink and then crisp up. So it's gonna give you a wonderful mouthfeel. Just gonna set them aside. And just a few little extra steps I wanna show you to make your dish truly pop. So, remember our green pot of scallion? I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit over our meat, ground turkey with savory umami punch shiitake mushroom. And I'm going to add half lime juice and also half lime zest. So let's just add some lime zest first. It's just add some citrusy to your dish. Smells wonderful, so fresh. It's just a perfect dish for summer, you know? Now add the lime zest, let's add some lime juice. Smells wonderful. It's a very summer-ish dish. Now, if you are, remember I said this is a perfect dish for meal prep. If you love doing meal prep, and this is a step that you can basically just stop right here, okay? You can even brown the shrimp if you decide to add a shrimp to our egg wraps. You can even brown the shrimp just, right before you are going to eat, right before serving. Because the shrimp probably tastes better right before serving. You don't want to, reheat the shrimp, right? It's gonna get too dry. So what you can do is just to brown the meat and season the meat, and you can stop right here. And when you're back from work, you can just heat up the meat, and then I will show you the rest of the step very, very quick. So now just give a little stir. I can smell it already. I want to taste it already. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. Sorry, it's so good. I haven't even finished the dish yet, so you gotta stay with me. And then, by the way, if you want to figure out how to make eating paleo, make eating paleo fit into your life more easily, I have an online 4-part multimedia course. It's called I Have Umami Paleo Cooking School for Asian-inspired paleo food lovers. And in the course, we do many fun things. I share with you not just how to make another dish, because you can find free information on my website or on any other website on the internet. Instead, I share with you a simple but very useful and solid system to teach you how to put a nutritious and delicious meal together in a very quick manner. So when time is short and you just want to serve a good food to yourself or to your family and with kids, my course will help you achieve that. So if you're interested to learn more about my online paleo cooking school, please visit iheartumami.com. I will put a link right here and also down below. All right, so meat is ready, beautiful shrimp is grilled, and I'm going to show you how to make egg wraps, and after that, we're gonna eat. Now I'm going to show you how to make turmeric egg wraps. So I have 5 chicken eggs here. You can also use 4. You can also use 6. And I'm going to dash a little bit of turmeric powder, because turmeric is very good for us and it will also add some beautiful color to our egg wraps. A little bit salt, of course, just a little bit dash of salt. I'm going to add, for 5 eggs, 1.5 tablespoon of full-fat coconut milk, and just make sure you're stirring a little bit so it's between the coconut fat and the coconut cream and also coconut water. It's mixed well. Just gonna whisk them, okay, until they are completely combined. Now I have whisked well the egg mixture. You can see, very thin consistency. I'm going to add, I have a cast iron here. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of ghee, clarified butter, and this egg wrap. It's gonna go really well with our minced turkey, shiitake mushroom, and also our coconut shrimp, right? And you can use this egg wrap for any other things you want to wrap. It's absolutely perfect. And make sure you grease your pan really well. This is about 9-inch diameter cast iron. You want to find you can use a cast iron or a non-stick pan. Find a small size pan, okay? And grease them really well. And your first egg wrap are going to look probably not that pretty, but don't worry about it. As long as it's not completely stick to the pan, you can scoop it out. The second one, after that, everything's gonna be so pretty. And when I tell you the pan is really hot. So for a 9-inch diameter pan, it would be, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup to scoop out the egg mixture. So basically it will be almost like 1 egg will be 1 egg wrap. So if I have 5 eggs here, I should have 5 egg wraps, okay? Somewhere around there. So I'm just going to scoop about a 1/4 cup of egg mixture and pour it in from the middle of the pan. Okay, and this is about medium heat right now. I'm gonna turn it slightly lower, and you can do a quick swirl to make sure it covers the entire pan. So it's about medium-low heat, but the pan is already very hot. And you're just gonna wait until the edge starts curling up a little bit, start crisping up a little bit. So now you can see from the side here, it starts curling it up and it starts firming up. See? The second side, it's just very quick. Or if you don't want to flip them, you don't have to flip them at all. They are completely cooked through. And just set them aside. And now you have the first egg wrap. I'm going to make the second one. Put it in. Give a quick swirl and to cover the entire pan evenly. And if you want, this is a thinner texture. because we're gonna combine with other things at our final step. So stick with me. And if you want to make it more like a thicker wrap, you know, with a thicker texture, you can just grab it with your hand. I would actually add a little bit thicker mixture, so just to make your egg wrap a little bit thicker. All right, you see, you start firming it up from the edge, and you can just take it out like that. Look at that, beautiful egg wrap. Now it's time to eat. We make the meat, we grill our shrimp, and also I also show you how to make this beautiful turmeric egg wraps. So I'm going to make a quick dressing here. You can see from my side camera, I chopped just a tap of little fresh garlic and also a little bit of red chili pepper. And I am going to make a little quick dressing. So about half tablespoon of red fish sauce, and then about half tablespoon of rice vinegar, and make sure it's organic rice vinegar. About 2 tablespoons of just tap water, about half lime juice. Traditional Vietnamese dressing, you will use added sugar, and a lot of the paleo cooking channel out there will tell you you can use maybe added coconut sugar or use honey. The taste is not quite exactly the same, so I want to make this dish not only paleo but also Whole30 friendly. So the closest thing I could find, and I think I want to find the naturalist thing possible, it's better for us, is just a little bit, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of fresh orange juice. It's not gonna be, when you go to a Vietnamese restaurant, when you taste their dressing, of course if you use added sugar, it's gonna taste the most authentic. But if you're on a diet, the squeezed orange juice is probably the best substitution. And I'm just going to give a quick stir. And you can taste it to see if you want to add more salt or more lime juice or more orange juice, okay? Just about right. I don't think I need more salt. So now, voila, come to time to eat. If you can see from my side camera here, I have this beautiful butter lettuce wrap. You want to find a big one, so I can scoop a lot of food inside, right? And our previously made egg wrap, and I just use a scissor to cut them into a quarter. And to go along with all the fragrance we have, I have basil, cilantro, and mint leaves, and also I previously chopped some cucumber. This is all the herbs here. You don't have to have everything, but you know, you can pick 1 or pick 2, however you want. If you have the shredded carrots, you can also add in there. However you want, just try to incorporate a lot more fresh vegetable. And remember our crispy shallots here. So to put together, take a big lettuce wrap and take a little egg, and I'm gonna scoop a little meat here with our sauteed shiitake mushroom. I'll show you from the side camera. And I'm allergic to shrimp, so I can't eat it, but you can just put it in here. Oh, and make sure you remove the tail here. And I am going to add a little bit crispy shallots. So good. And maybe, completely depends on your preferences. See, this is perfect. You can pick and choose whatever you want, and your family members can pick and choose whatever they want to eat. And maybe a little bit basil, and maybe a little bit of mint, and a little bit of cilantro. I'm so greedy. I want everything. And if you want a little bit green scallion as well, so a perfect little wrap. And you're gonna wrap them up and gonna dip that into the little quick dressing we just made here. Gonna dip into here. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's so so fragrant. You know, I can taste the basil, I can taste the mint leaves, and also the savory umami flavor from our ground turkey, and also our shiitake mushroom, and of course our turmeric egg, and just so many things just in one bite, and also our crispy shallots. Wow, so good. I have to do another bite. And the dressing absolutely, you know, put a final touch to this, and it just gets a little bit spicy, a little bit citrusy, and a little bit funky flavor from the fish sauce. Wow, it's so good. So like I said, sorry, I'm talking at the same time. You can brown the meat and set aside, and then, you know, you can have all the fresh vegetables stored in your fridge. So when you're back from work, heat up the meat in the microwave if you want, and, you know, quickly make some egg wraps, and you have all the fresh vegetables, just take them out and then put them together, and then you have this perfect, absolutely delicious dinner, and very healthy for you. So I want to thank you again for spending time here with me and to watching my Asian-inspired paleo food video. I truly appreciate it. I hope you will give this delicious dish a try, and I will see you here again next Thursday. Bye!